Hello, my name is Grandmaster Gambordella, and I want to share with you some concepts about the most powerful mental attitude in the world. Obsessive mental attitude. Not positive mental attitude, but obsessive mental attitude. Let me explain it to you. Now, you've all heard of positive mental attitude from books like Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, which has sold millions of copies over the last 50 years. But I'm here to tell you something. You can no more think and grow rich than you can think and grow tomatoes. If positive mental attitude works, let me ask you, why can't you stay positive? I know most of you are successful business people, or at least trying to be, and you've read books on positive mental attitude. You've attended some lectures on positive mental attitude, or you've attended some motivational speeches, or you've been to some big rallies, and you've got really excited, and you've got pumped up because Zig Ziglar or some fantastic speaker, Anthony Robbins, is up there telling you, you can do it, you can make it happen. If you think it, you can achieve it. And you get all psyched up. And then tomorrow, when you wake up, you don't feel at all like you did. In fact, you feel worse. You don't have that get up and go you had while you were listening. You know why? Positive mental attitude doesn't work. If it did work, why can't you stay positive 24 hours a day? Why can't you stay positive 10 hours a day? Why can't you stay positive 10 minutes? You know why you can't? Because positive attracts negative. Listen to this. This is very important, and I know it's going to alarm a lot of you. Nothing great has ever been achieved with a positive mental attitude. Positive mental attitude is MTV thinking. Boy, if we can just make them feel good, we can make them do things. If you can think it, you can achieve it. No, if you can work hard enough, you can achieve it. No, if you believe it, you can achieve it. No, if you work hard enough and get things done, you can achieve it. You know, every day I'm astounded by the people who come up and say, listen, you know, I just read this new positive mental attitude book, and boy, I can't wait to get going and do it. And then they don't get going and doing it. Do you know why they don't get going and do it? Because positive mental attitude doesn't work. It attracts negative. Positive attracts negative. You get hyped up at this lecture, you get psyched up, and then all the negative factors in the world come in and suck it all in. I want to tell you something that does work. Obsessive mental attitude. We all have obsessions. You might have children that you're obsessed with. You might have a drug you're obsessed with, or a drink you're obsessed with, or if you're lucky, a business idea that you're obsessed with. When you are obsessed, you will possess. When you are obsessed, nothing can stop you from achieving your goals. You know, one of the great tricks or gimmicks of positive mental attitude or goal-setting people is to write down your goals and you can achieve them. I can write down that I can fly and go to the moon, but I can't achieve it. Well, then they say, well, you have to write more realistic goals. But you just told me whatever the mind can believe and achieve, you can achieve. Or just to contradict themselves over and over. Here's a great example of a contradiction of positive mental attitude and goal setting. Why, if you'll just write it down and believe it, you can achieve it. But one negative thought could throw you out. Well, don't think of a pink elephant. Oh, you just thought of a pink elephant, so you lose. There's always a reason for the positive mental attitude that fails. And let me ask you, if you read 100 books on how to fix a car, on how to repair a motor, and how to get that car running great, and every single day when you woke up, you went outside and you couldn't even open the hood, would you think there was something wrong with the books or something wrong with you? Well, people have read hundreds of books on positive mental attitude and goal setting and achievement, and the next morning they wake up and they can't remember or do any of it. And yet they never say, well, there's something wrong with that book or that theory. They all say, there's something wrong with me. I'm just not following the program. You're not following the program because the program doesn't work. Why you don't think it doesn't work is because it sounds so simple. It's so simple. All I have to do is believe and be positive and I can achieve. That's a lie. It doesn't work. When you're obsessed, you will possess. Let me give you a few examples of some obsessive mental attitudes that you've all seen in your own life and how impossible it is to stop it. You know, I have a daughter that is a beautiful young lady, just turns 18, and she's in love with a guy who is not the best of guys. And I've said, listen, why don't you stop dating that guy? He's got little problems. Doesn't work. Well, why don't I buy her a nice car and, give her some nice treats? That doesn't work. Well, I'll spank you if you don't stop dating that guy. That doesn't work. Nothing stops her from dating that guy. Nothing stops her from being sad about not being able to see that guy. Nothing. She's obsessed with the guy. And you've all seen that happen again and again. Let's relate it to something else than an obsession that you understand. People that are hooked on drugs. No one in the world thinks it's a worse idea to be hooked on heroin or cocaine or crack than the crack addict. No one. No one hates themselves more for doing it than the cocaine addict or the crack addict. No one hates themselves more for doing it, and they can't stop. Threatening them with life in jail doesn't stop them. Threatening them with imminent death from continuing to use it doesn't stop them. Because they're obsessed with the drug. That's what an obsessive mental attitude can do. When you're obsessed, you will possess. You know, Thomas Edison was obsessed with inventing a light bulb that would burn for hours and not just 10 seconds. He tried 10,000 times. That's not a positive mental attitude. That's an obsession. Robert Schuller was obsessed with becoming a preacher when he was 5 years old. And he became a great preacher. When you are obsessed, you will possess. And when you read my book on obsessive mental attitude, you'll learn the techniques and understand that you all have obsessions. And once you get an obsession, you will never ever stop, no matter what, until you possess it. Nothing can stop you. Not the overtime working hours, not being sick, not feeling bad, not having enough money, not being educated right. Nothing will stop you when you're obsessed with getting what you want. Obsessive mental attitude. It works every time because it refuses not to work. It cannot be stopped. Wouldn't it be nice if you just had to read it once, you made it an obsession, and all you thought about all day was going out and selling houses? All you thought about all day was going out and running faster, or getting stronger, or being bigger? That's what an obsession can do. And when you get it, you don't need to read books every day. You don't need to write your things on the wall and say, every day I'm getting better and better and better. You don't need to do any of that. When you're obsessed, you will possess it. Nothing will stop you. All day long you'll think about it. You'll think about it because you want to achieve it. Obsessive mental attitude works every time because it refuses not to work. It can't be stopped. Read my book on obsessive mental attitude and you will learn how to develop an obsession that will make whatever you are obsessed with your possession. This is Grandmaster Ted Gambordella, and I want to thank you for listening. And I look forward to having you achieve everything you've ever wanted in your life when you learn how to make it your obsession.